All right, Rob, we're both DJs. I got something for you. Do cortinas matter?
Yes, definitely. Well, at least I put a lot of emphasis on cortinas, just because I like to think of cortinas as the primer to the upcoming tanda.
Well, for those of you out there who are like, what is a cortina? It means curtain, which means the break, which means the end of the set of songs or tanda that you just played as a DJ. And so people play the curtain to let you know that that tanda has ended and there will be another one opening shortly. And so people have many different choices for song selection for cortinas, and I find it very interesting. And it really matters on what types of songs those are and how long those songs are. I think one of the biggest mistakes, at least in my opinion, especially for milongas and events here in the US, is that most people play cortinas way too long.
Like the full song,
Way too long.
or like
Not
two or
even
three
the full
seconds.
song. Sometimes it could be the difference of a cortina being 25 seconds and the cortina being 55 seconds is an eternity. And people just, I don't know why people don't understand how much of a role, a significant role it plays. Think about when your cortina ends, or when a cortina plays, people exit the dance floor, and usually you want to play a cortina until the dance floor has cleared. But most DJs sit there and don't play the next tanda, and the dance floor is empty, and we're all waiting. And in that meantime, that kills the energy of the room when you just have the cortina playing and playing and playing. Now, I know there's going to be some people out there like, I love the cortina, especially if it's fun cortinas. It gives me a chance to go out there and freestyle dance or whatever dance. I understand that. But most of the time, you're going to be joined by 5 other people. And there's going to be, again, we've said this before, 100 other people sitting down waiting for the next tanda. And so I find this a lot, and I find this a lot from Argentinian DJs from Buenos Aires.
Yeah, well,
It
actually,
is almost a 100% guarantee that they're going to play the cortina very long,
or like have like,
or the whole song.
or multiple songs.
Yes.
I mean, I get it. Sometimes it's nice to break it up, and especially in a festival, to throw in like multiple souls. Like, let's have a salsa break and do like,
Cumbia,
yeah, and do like
reggaeton.
15, 20 minutes of salsa. But I mean, I think the reality. I mean, okay, the reality of tango in the United States and tango in Argentina are very different because in Argentina, the people who dance tango also dance cumbia, also dance salsa, also dance like rock, also dance, so they have this repertoire of mini dances where generally in the United States, if you dance tango, you only dance tango. I do I know like a few moves of salsa? Yeah. Like, the basic, and that's it.
Yeah.
But am I gonna go out there and just do the basic all like for like a good 7 minutes? No, because I feel like an idiot. And I think that's one of the problems that like Argentine DJs or DJs from other countries don't
They don't adjust. They take what they do at their local place and
yeah.
think it's going to work everywhere.
Yeah, but what I
Doesn't.
mean is, well, yeah, I agree. They don't adjust, but what I mean is, they don't realize that in America, if you dance tango, generally you only dance tango, and so
Yeah,
we,
well, people should realize when you see that there's only 2 people on the dance floor, play the next tanda.
yeah, yeah,
And I get it. There's going to be people like, well, when you're at a milonga, it's not all about the dancing. In America, it's typically all about the dancing.
I know, because people like when I want to sit out and chat with my friends, they're like, "What's wrong with you? Why aren't you dancing?" I'm like,
Yeah,
"Why aren't you dancing with me?" I'm like, "Oh, here we go."
I know.
Um,
It's true.
the other thing is like one thing that I realized, like one thing that I'm noticing is especially with the super long cortinas, you start chatting with people, and then you don't dance with new people because it's like, oh, hey, it's gonna be like it's a 7 minute salsa song, and after it past 45 seconds, they're gonna play the whole song. So I'm gonna sit here and chat with Derek or chat with my friend and everything, and
People don't mix.
Yeah, and you don't mix. So, at least in my experience. But do you think that's kind of like a universal, or do you think that's kind of more of an issue in America, like that because long cortinas happen?
Yeah,
That
you go back to your table of friends, and then you chat with them, and then as the long cortina happens, you chat, and then you wait for you want to dance the next tanda, and then there you go. The reason you people always complain, everyone's dancing with their own circle of friends. Yeah, if you wouldn't play such long cortinas, maybe that wouldn't happen, right? It's maybe a thing that we can think about. If you only played like a 20-second cortina, which was designed to do once the dance floor empties and you have people have a chance to find their place to cabeceo somebody or mirada somebody, then yes, why don't you just play the next tanda? And I get it. Sometimes you don't know what to play. All right, I understand that. But some people just sitting there and not doing anything as a DJ. And I just find that is leading to, yeah, perhaps it's a night where people just don't mix because the things are so long. Cortinas are so long.
Maybe that should be like a social experiment. Like we should just go around.
Yeah.
You know, like do the pratica or somewhere, like just DJ and like have all the cortinas be 30 seconds, and then the next day all the cortinas be 45 seconds, and all the cortinas be 1 minute, and just start down. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
like they're not dancing together. It's gotten more clicky, whatever. I'd be curious because in theory that's what we think is happening,
Right.
but do we really know? Is this one of those causation correlation things?
And I get it. You want more of the party atmosphere, and so I know a lot of organizers like, I like this DJ and this person's cortinas because it's very fun and party-like. And I agree. It does add to the energy. It does add to the level of excitement. But for a lot of people that aren't, and we know that a lot of tango people are not extroverted. Most of the people, there are going to be a good amount of people that are going to be doing their own freestyle dance thing. But there's going to be a lot of people that are just sitting out. And I'm going to guarantee you that the majority of people are going to be sitting out almost every time. You can't tell me the majority of the people are going to be on the dance floor freestyle dancing to your cortina.
I agree. You know what I think we should do? So here's a funny thought. And maybe because I just want chacarera to come back.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like every hour have a chacarera hour, and then have designate someone to call it out and call all the patterns out so that because
there was no chacarera at SoCal.
No, there was no chacarera at SoCal.
I'm just realizing
I'm disappointed.
that not even one.
Not even one.
There wasn't a single maybe I came late.
Nope. As far as I know, every time I did not hear chacarera.
Wow.
But you see, it's just line dancing. Chacarera is pretty much line dancing, right?
Yes.
Anyone can get into that. How can you mess that up? I mean, yeah, there's the pattern, but like people don't take it too seriously, or at least in America, people don't take it too seriously. It's not like, oh, I'm not gonna dance with you with chacarera because you don't do your whatever, like your pass through isn't correct. I mean, people aren't. I don't think people aren't that judgmental about.
They're not judgmental. It's just that people are insecure because they don't feel like they know chacarera, so they're scared to go out there and dance it.
I get it, but if you have that guy, if you have like Claudio Otero out there, come on guys, square, circle, whatever the pattern is, all the way through. I don't know the call out is,
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure if you have something like him calling everything out, more people would mingle, and then you get that familiarity, and then they're already all out there. And then you play like the next tanda, and they're already looking at each other. So it's like boom, like two birds with one stone. You bring chacarera back, you bring chacarera up. People are dancing, and then they probably might mix more. I mean, is it possible? I don't know. Should give it a try.